What's going on, everyone? I am the OPJellicent, and I have week number 9 of season number 4 of the WPL. This is the final week of the season, and we are going up against Mega Metagross, whose link will be down in the description below, so be sure to check him out. We ended up facing him for finals last season in season 3, where we ended up winning 2-0 and taking the title, so we're looking to win this, secure our playoff spot, and do the same, but first we have to beat him. If we do lose, we can still make playoffs, but it'll come down to a different match. That match will be linked down in the description below. It is Slaybait versus Latios Azurill. If Latios Azurill won that, we are guaranteed. If Slaybait did, we have to win this no matter what. So I would definitely recommend watching this first, and then maybe I'll tell you guys at the end what happened with that match. But let's get right up into the matchup right here. So his Jirachi can switch into a lot of my Mons, especially if I don't make Earth Power predictions with my Kyurem. It can switch into my Raikou if it is specially defensive, as well as my Aggron very well. It's not carrying Fire Punch, although we do have the Earthquake, so I guess it can hit that for a bit of damage. Our Tornadus is very important. This match, we have to preserve it for the Shaman as well as the Azelf. It is Assault Vest, so it will avoid the 2-hit KO from the Azelf and the Shaman, and it will 2-hit KO those back with Knockoff and Air Slash respectively. Latios is another big threat, although specially defensive Aggron can switch into that very nicely. And then we have our Terrakion here, which can really just break through a ton of his team. He doesn't have the best switch-ins. So let's get right into it. He ends up leading off with the Jirachi as I lead off with the Tornadus. So this isn't bad, I can just U-turn right out. I could have knocked him off, but like I said, I have to preserve as much health on my Tornadus as I can. Even though I could have gotten a lot of that back with Regenerator, I don't want to take that damage. He's going to U-turn right out here, into the Eel, as I can just get up my own Stealth Rock. So you can see here, I got up his early game. So if he's going to deflag, he's going to have to get rid of both of ours. So he's going to go right for the Flamethrower here, get to crit, unfortunately. So that's going to reduce the longevity of my Assault Vest Raikou. And then I make the Shadow Ball play, which will do the most damage to him. I'm really just trying to chip this down because it's clearly Assault Vest at this point. So that my Gengar can take it out. So here what I do is I go right out into my Terrakion, as we're going to be able to get a 2-hit KO off on this Takufini here. So it's probably not completely Fizz Def, so we are fortunately going to somehow connect 2. He's going to bring out the Azelf right here, and I just stay in, going right for the Stone Edge. He has no switch-ins. I didn't expect Scarf Azelf, so that's why I stayed in. It would have knocked him out, but we ended up missing the Stone Edge on the Jirachi anyway, so it's fine. He pretty much knows I'm Scarf Terrakion at that point. So here I can go right out into my Aggron, as he's going to try to start flinching me to death, but we go right for the Heavy Slam, predicting his switch out, but he's going to continuously fire off Zen Headbutts, which I find interesting, because he needs this thing around for my Kyurem Black, but what I can do here is go right for the flinch. So Serene Grace flinch is obviously coming into play here. As you're going to see, he's going to flinch me again. And this is really terrible because I need my Aggron for the Latios, or else we pretty much have no switch-ins to that. So here he's going to make the Eel play as I go for the Heavy Slam, not the Earthquake. So at least we get some damage off on this thing. It'll put into range of some of my other attacks, like finally Gengar's attack as well as Kyurem's. So we're going to be able to knock that out with the close combat anyway, so it's not going to end up coming into play. He's going to bring out the Latios right here. He knows I'm Scarf, so I'm not staying in to take this. I still need this around to maybe Revenge Kill Jirachi or the Shaman. He's going to go for the Psychic, and he's going to be able to 2-hit KO me. That's where those flinches really suck, because I would have been able to eat that and maybe go for another Heavy Slam, but now I can just go right out into my Tornadus, go for the Air Slash as he's going to drop a Draco on it. So now this is great because I'm going to get Regenerator health back, and he's at -2, so he's going to be able to still knock out our Kyurem if he wants to, but he goes right for the Ice Beam, which is the smarter play because Draco can come out right after and knock us out. So pretty much right here I have to go right out into my Tornadus. We can U-turn out and get the knockout. So that's fine, but Scarf Azelf is a really big threat right now, as you can see. The only thing that we have to hope that Tornadus lives a hit and then knocks it out right back. So he's going to go right for the Psychic, and this is where we get a little bit lucky. We get the Cursed Body Disable, so he's forced to switch out here. He wouldn't want to struggle, so we're going to go for the X-Scissor, be able to knock out the Jirachi. That was the all-around blessed play there. And he's going to go right out into the Azelf again. And now it pretty much comes down to, can my Tornadus take this hit? And if it does, can it flinch the Shaman with Air Slash? So as you're going to see, we're going to live on 6%. We're going to be able to go for the knockoff and knock off that Choice Scarf, which means we now outspeed. This is what I speed crept with in my Tornadus. So Knocking off the Choice Scarf was the best play there, so we can outspeed and knock him out. Now it pretty much comes down to, can I connect 2 air slashes and can I flinch the first one? So go for the air slash, we get the flinch, and then we're going to be able to knock him out with the Sludge Wave, not risking accuracy right there. So we definitely got fortunate end game with that disable on the Azelf. It would allowed me to get right into my Tornadus. However, in my defense on that disable, if he did not get disabled, I would have gone Torn right away. I don't know what play he would have made. He probably would have Psychicked, and then the exact same thing would have happened. I would have knocked him off, and then I would have been faster, got rid of that thing, and then it would have come down to whether Tornadus can KO Jirachi with any one move, which I'm sure it can. Like, even though we're Assault Vest, that Jirachi was at like 20%, so I'm sure we could have knocked him out with the knockoff. But that's going to be a good game. We end up securing our playoff spot. Now, quick spoilers for the match down in the description in case you guys want to go watch that. Latios Zero actually ended up beating Slayvate in that match, so even if we did not flinch that air slash, ended up losing the match, we would have still been in a playoff spot, but it would have. It's nice to go 6-3 and not 5-4, obviously. So I hope you guys are excited because we ended up securing playoffs for the second time in a row. So we're gonna try to go for our title once again, and that'll hopefully be exciting. The playoff match will actually be uploaded this Sunday or Monday, I think. So be sure to stick around. Check out Mega Metagross in the description, and leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this match. And I will see you later.